A lot of you guys are sitting at home, waiting patiently, and you're anxious, waiting for your first, second, or third interviews. I was in your shoes not too long ago. Well, if you call 2017 not too long ago, but I was in your shoes in 2017 applying for the match, and that time I wish I had the video that I am going to release so that I had something to allay my anxiousness. In this video, I'm going to talk about my match season, when I received my interviews, and what I felt about them. And so if you have one interview waiting for your second, you have 0 interviews, you're waiting for your first, you have 3 interviews waiting for your fourth, you have 90 interviews waiting for your 20th. This video is for you. If you're interested, keep watching. If you're not, see you at the next video. But before you leave, you know what you must do. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so that whenever I release a video, you will be notified. So I have my laptop here so that I can have a little bit more information about the actual dates when I got my interview, just for you guys, and I'll be sharing that with you, so stick along. What's up, guys? My name is Dr. Safo Asante. I'm the Successful IMG, successful because I matched, and I'm here so that you can as well. So just to tell you guys a little bit about my story. I applied 3 times to the match in the match season of 2015, the match season of 2016, and the match season of 2017. First time I applied, I got no interviews. I got an interview during SOAP. Second time I applied, I got, I think, 2 interviews, and I might have gotten maybe 1 or 2 interviews during SOAP. No, I got like 2 interviews during SOAP. And then the third time I applied, I got 5 interviews. It was a very nerve-wracking journey, very anxiety-provoking. And like I said before, I wish I had a video that basically detailed the timing that other people receive the interviews so that I could be less anxious. Now, when I applied, the timing was a little different for the application season. Applications could be submitted on September 1st, which was the very first day that the application portal basically allowed you to send your applications. And if you watch my other video with the NRMP the timeline, where I speak about like some of the best practices when you're applying, I'll put the link up here. I think I finally got the direction in which the link is going to appear. In that video, I share the best practices when you're applying for the match in terms of when to apply and then so on. So I fulfilled the things that I was supposed to do. I made sure I applied early. I applied September 1st, the moment the application opened up for us to send the application in. And then MSP was sent out October 1st. Everything was ready. My letters of recommendation, everything was ready. And now it was just the waiting game. Now, all of September, I didn't get a single interview. Now you're sitting there, you're wondering, did anybody get an interview September, right? Now that I've gone through the match, I know that there are some people that actually got their interviews during September. Thank God I didn't know that. Can you imagine how worse it would have been for me if I knew that people were getting their interviews in September and I didn't receive any interviews? But then in October, I believe I finally got my interview, my first interview in October, more specifically October 14th. Now, this was after the MSP had been released to the programs and about halfway through October. So I was excited. I was elated to go for that interview and I scheduled it to go. and practice really hard for that interview. If you guys need any interview help, prepping for your interviews, contact me. I've been through a few interview seasons and I've been through a few interviews, and during those interviews I was able to master what it is that programs want from you when you're interviewing. If you want me to guide you so that you can ace your interviews, my contact information is thesuccessfulimg@gmail.com. thesuccessfulimg@gmail.com. I'm going to put the contact information right there. Alright, so back to the interview timing and so on. I got my first interview in October 14th. Now you wait anxiously for the second one. Okay, so you got the first one. It's the second month after the applications could be sent to programs. For you guys that are applying right now, with COVID, everything has changed. You could first send your applications in on October 21st. And right now is the second month after, it's so that's like 1 month. Technically, it's less than 60 days after your application was submitted, or your application could have been first submitted. So there's still some time, just to give you guys some sort of idea about the timeline. Okay, so when was my second interview? My second interview was, okay, sorry, I had to make sense of what I'd written down. My second interview was November 11th. So practically a whole month had passed before I even got my second interview. And of course, you're anxious, you're thinking that, oh, is this the only interview that I'm gonna get? What's going on? The thing that's going on is residency programs basically look at applicants in tiers. So they have filters which they use to filter out the applicants that they want to invite for an interview. And then they go through at least the first batch, which is the highest set of filters that they put in. After that, they change the filters. If they haven't gotten everybody that they want, they change the filters and lower the filters a little bit, and then they have the next tier. So sometimes the interviews get sent out after the first tier has been gone through, and then there's some more interviews that are sent out after the second tier has been gone through. Now, some programs are actually able to fill their positions with that first tier, but that's not all the programs. So don't worry, there are still more interviews to come. Right, so I got my second interview about a month or so after I got my very first interview, and of course I was elated. And then now I'm thinking, I got a second interview, this is looking good, hopefully I can get a third. I'm anxious, I'm thinking, I'm waiting. And then my third interview, I got that November 17th. So from November 11th, I got my third interview on November 17th. That means I got my interview about 6 days after my second interview. So that was looking good. Now I was excited. Okay, this is great. But if you look at the timing, this was 3 months after we could first submit applications. So like I told you, application season opened up September 1st, and that was the date that you could submit your application. And the best practice, as I detail in the NRMP timeline video, is to apply the moment that your application season opens up, when you can first submit your application. Submit on the very first day, because usually that's the first batch that they go through and they apply the filters through. Anyway, so that was my third interview, 11/17, November 17th. When did I have my fourth interview? My fourth interview I got December 8th. December 8th. So that was all of September, all of October, all of November, and then part of December. So within my 4th month of applying, I ended up getting my 4th interview. Okay, this was 4 months after programs could first receive their application. For you guys, 4 months after their programs can receive their first application would be so October 21st you could first submit your application. So it's October 21st. Then November is the 2nd month, December is the 3rd month, right? So there's still time to get interviews. Right now we're in December. They are still sending out interviews. Some programs still are. Okay. Now, that was my 4th interview. When did I get my last interview? And then my last interview, I received that December 13th, which was about 5 days after I received my 4th interview. As you can tell, the interviews that I received were spread out. I received one interview decently early, and then the rest a little bit later down the line. The reason why I made this video is to give you guys that have not received any interviews hope. To give you guys that have received only a few interviews hope as well, that there is still time for you to receive a few more interviews. Interview season is far from over, so I want you guys to keep your heads up. I want you guys to believe in yourselves, and I want you guys to just eagerly wait for those interviews to come in. And when you do get those interviews, make sure that you practice really hard for your interviews. Make sure that you do the best that you can. Okay? Like I said before, and like I say in all my videos, make sure that you smash the like button. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button, and then also make sure that you hit the notification bell so that any video that I release, you'll be the first to know, and so that my videos, which will be beneficial to other people that match, also gets pushed out to them. And of course, don't keep this video to yourself. Share this video with other people. Let them also benefit from the tips, tricks, and the things that I tell you to allay your fears during this match season. Guys, I wish you guys the best of luck. Hope you guys all match. And if you have any questions, put them down below. If you have any concerns, put them down below. And if you have any comments at all, put them down below. And of course, if you think that me without a beard is great, you can also put that down below. Dr. Safo Asante, out.